Did you ever wonder why her phone is always face down on the table when you're in the room, but the second you go to the bathroom, she's typing like her life depends on it? Be honest with yourself. Have you ever asked her a simple question about her day, only to have her explode in anger and call you insecure? You're out here working, building, and protecting the woman you love, but lately it feels like you're living with a defense attorney instead of a partner. Every time you try to close the gap of her distance, she moves the goalposts. She makes you feel like the crazy one for noticing that she's coming home late, smelling like a life you didn't build for her. The truth is brutal. A woman who is hiding another man isn't just lying to your face. She is actively gaslighting your reality so she can keep your resources while she enjoys his attention. She wants your paycheck to pay for the roof, but she wants his excitement to fill the rooms. Today, we are going to strip away the mask. I'm going to give you the 4 specific questions that a cheating woman cannot answer without tripping over her own lies. If you don't watch this until the end, you will continue to be the provider for a betrayal that is happening right under your nose. When a woman realizes she can't lie her way out of a direct question, her only move is to attack your manhood. If she answers your question with an insult, she's already told you she's guilty without saying a single word. Men, this channel is more than content. It's a brotherhood that exists for those who refuse to be controlled, distracted, or broken. My ex told me men today are too weak, too distracted, and too controlled to ever unite. I didn't argue. I decided to prove her wrong. Every man who subscribes is proof that discipline, self-respect, and strength still exist. If you stand for truth, self-control, and knowing your value as a real man, if you're here to sharpen your mindset and live with standards, subscribe and stay. Like this video and make your presence known in the comments. Let's see who's serious and is ready to prove doubters wrong, because after this video, you'll be reborn as a new man who has discovered himself and is ready to take back his manhood. Make sure to subscribe and stay ahead, because we are just getting started. We have to talk about the liar's panic. You see, brothers, a woman who is being loyal has a memory like a clear lake. Everything is transparent, and she doesn't have to think twice about where she was or who she was with. But a woman who is entertaining another man is living in a maze of her own making. She has to remember which lie she told you, which lies she told her friends, and which part of the truth she accidentally let slip. This is why she gets tired all the time. It's not work that's exhausting her, it's the mental labor of keeping you in the dark while she plays in the light with someone else. You are the victim of a coordinated deception. In today's world, she has her besties covering for her. She has disappearing messages. She has work meetings that happen at 9 p.m. on a Saturday. She uses your trust as a weapon against you. When you ask a question, she doesn't see a husband looking for connection. She sees a detective trying to ruin her fun. And because she sees you as the enemy of her happiness, she feels completely justified in lying to your face. She thinks she's smarter than you. She thinks your good man heart makes you blind. But today, we are opening your eyes. Let's look at the story of a man we'll call Kevin. Kevin was a hardworking guy, a mechanic who owned his own shop. He was the kind of man who would do anything for his wife, Linda. He noticed Linda started staying out late at the gym, but she never seemed to lose weight or even get sweaty. One night, when she came home at 11 p.m., Kevin asked her a simple question. If I call the gym right now, will they say you were there? Kevin was the loser in this story because he allowed her to flip the script. Linda didn't answer the question. She started crying. She called Kevin controlling. She said he was just like her abusive father. She made Kevin feel so guilty for asking a basic question that he ended up apologizing to her. He bought her flowers the next day to make up for his insecurity. Kevin was literally paying for the flowers she smelled while she texted the guy she was actually seeing at the gym, the trainer who didn't even have a certification. Kevin failed because he accepted an emotional outburst as an answer. He let her use his own empathy to shield her infidelity. He was the sponsor of his own gaslighting. You have to understand that when a woman is cheating, she loses the ability to be linear. Her stories have gaps. Her timeline has blurs. If you ask her what she ate for lunch 3 days ago, she'll remember perfectly if she was with her mom. But if she was with him, she'll hesitate. She'll get defensive. She'll say, "Why does it matter? Are you tracking my calories now?" This is the first sign of the rot. The first question she can't answer without lying is,
can you show me the conversation that made you laugh so hard 2 minutes ago? A loyal woman will flip the phone around and show you a meme or a text from her sister. She wants to share the joy with you. But a cheating woman will lock the screen, tuck the phone under her leg, and say, "It's just a private joke with the girls. Why are you so obsessed with my phone?" She is hiding the source because the source is another man's validation. She is using your house and your couch as the base of operations for her emotional affair. You are the victim of a woman who is outsourcing her intimacy while she insources your protection. The second question is even more surgical. If I'm the man of your dreams, why am I the only person in your life who feels like a stranger to your schedule? She has time for the girls, she has time for the extra shifts, she has time for the errands that take 4 hours, but she has no time for you. When you ask this, she has to lie. She has to make up stress or exhaustion, but notice how her exhaustion disappears the moment her phone pings. She isn't tired, she's just tired of you. She's saving her best self for the thrill and giving you the trash. You are being treated like a background character in a movie you are funding. It's a cold-blooded move. She looks you in the eyes every morning, eats the food you bought, and then goes out to find excitement with a man who wouldn't even give her a ride to the airport. She thinks you are a simp who will just keep providing as long as she gives you a little bit of physical attention once a month. But the brotherhood is about waking up. We don't fund the stage for our own humiliation.
Brothers, we are moving into the deep surgical phase of this confrontation. We've already exposed the liar's panic and the way she uses your own empathy to build a wall around her secrets. But now it's time to drop the heavy weights. You see, the only reason a cheating woman feels safe lying to you is that she thinks you are playing by the old rules. She thinks you are still the man who is afraid to be alone, the man who is afraid of hurting her feelings, or the man who is too nice to demand the truth. But today, that man is dead. To be a winner, you have to realize that a lie is a form of violence against your soul. When she lies to you, she is stealing your time, your sanity, and your ability to make decisions for your own future. You aren't being investigative, you are being a sovereign man who refuses to live in a house of mirrors. When you ask these final questions, you aren't looking for her to admit she cheated, you are looking for the reaction. A loyal woman's reaction to a question is, "How can I help you feel safe?" A cheating woman's reaction is, "How dare you make me feel caught?" The moment she shifts from a partner to a defense attorney, the trial is over and the verdict is in. You have to be ready to shut down the free ride the second the truth hits the floor. You are the source of her stability, and she has been using that stability to build a ladder to another man's bed. It's time to kick the ladder away. Men, this channel is more than content. It's a brotherhood that exists for those who refuse to be controlled, distracted, or broken. My ex told me men today are too weak, too distracted, and too controlled to ever unite. I didn't argue. I decided to prove her wrong. Every man who subscribes is proof that discipline, self-respect, and strength still exist. If you stand for truth, self-control, and knowing your value as a real man, if you're here to sharpen your mindset and live with standards, subscribe and stay. Like this video and make your presence known in the comments. Let's see who's serious and is ready to prove doubters wrong, because after this video, you'll be reborn as a new man who has discovered himself and is ready to take back his manhood. Make sure to subscribe and stay ahead, because we are just getting started. Let's look at the path of a man who used the final verdict to save his life. We'll call him Marcus. Marcus was a logistics manager, a man who lived by the clock and valued his word. He married a woman named Elena. Elena was the perfect wife on Facebook, but in real life, she was always at her sister's house or helping a friend with a crisis. Marcus felt the distance growing, but every time he spoke up, Elena told him he was smothering her. Marcus was the winner in this story because he stopped playing her game. One night, when Elena came home with a story about her car breaking down, Marcus didn't get angry. He sat her down and asked the third question. If I went through your deleted messages right now, would I find a version of you that I don't recognize? Elena's face went pale. She didn't say yes, and she didn't say no. Instead, she did what all cheaters do. She attacked. She told Marcus he was creepy for even thinking about her phone. She threatened to leave, but Marcus was prepared. He simply said, "If there's nothing there, then showing me is the easiest way to end this conversation. If you won't show me, you've already given me the answer." Marcus didn't wait for her to confess. He had already packed her bags. He realized that the version of her he didn't recognize was the real her, and the woman he married was just a character she played to get his ring and his resources. Marcus won because he valued the truth more than the relationship. Today, he's with a woman who leaves her phone on the kitchen counter because she has nothing to hide. He reclaimed his throne by refusing to be the king of a kingdom built on lies. You have to understand the deflection mechanism. A cheating woman will always try to make your behavior the topic of the conversation. If you ask about her whereabouts, she asks about your trust issues. If you ask about her new friend, she asks why you're so insecure. This is a classic move to stop you from looking at the evidence. You are the victim of emotional terrorism, where she uses your fear of conflict to keep her secrets safe.
The fourth and most powerful question she can't answer is, when did you decide that your need for excitement was more important than the promises you made to me? This question is a dagger because it forces her to confront her own selfishness. She wants to believe she's a good person who just made a mistake. But cheating isn't a mistake. It's a series of thousands of small, calculated decisions. She had to choose to text him back. She had to choose to get in the car. She had to choose to lie to your face when she got home. When you ask this, you aren't asking for a story. You are asking her to own her character. And a cheater will never do that. She will lie. She will say, "I didn't decide that," or "It's not like that." But you can see it in her eyes. She traded your loyalty for a cheap thrill, and she used your money to pay for the ride. Why do men stay in the lies? Because they are victims of hope over evidence. You want to believe she's the girl you met 5 years ago, but that girl is gone. The woman standing in front of you is a stranger who has been intimate with your enemy. Every day you stay and accept her lies, you are telling her that your self-respect has a price tag. You are telling her that she can keep the security of the provider while she keeps the thrill of the streets. You put her in her place by being unmovable. When she starts the crying, when she starts the screaming, when she starts the "I can't believe you're doing this to me," you stay silent. You don't engage with the drama, you just keep your eyes on the truth. You are the prize, and a prize doesn't beg for honesty. A prize demands it, and if it's not provided, the prize leaves the building. The winner's exit is the most powerful move a man can make. It's the moment you stop asking questions and start making statements. "I know enough. I've seen enough. I'm done." You don't need a full confession to leave. You don't need her to say, "Yes, I cheated." The lying is enough. The gaslighting is enough. The disrespect is enough. You were the victim of a woman who thought you were too weak to survive without her. Show her that she was the one surviving on you. Take your keys back. Take your name back. Take your energy back. When she sees that her lies no longer have power over your reality, she will panic. She will try to hoover you back in with sex or promises of counseling. Don't fall for it. You can't fix a broken character with a few therapy sessions. She is who she is. Let the other guy have the liar. You keep the truth and the peace. This channel is for men who are done blaming themselves for other people's choices. If that's you, don't leave as a spectator. Subscribe and stay ahead because we're just getting started. Support the message, speak in the comments, and stand with the men who choose clarity over confusion. You are being recalibrated. Your lie detector is now set to 100%. You are no longer the man who can be fooled by a pretty face and a fake tear. You are a man who sees through the smoke. You are a man who values your own time too much to spend it decoding a cheater's nonsense. You are back in the driver's seat of your life, and the passenger seat is now empty, reserved only for a woman who can answer every question with a clear eye and a loyal heart. So here is the smart question for the Brotherhood today. If you could play a video of her last girls' night out or late work meeting on your TV right now, would you be sitting there with a bowl of popcorn, or would you be calling a lawyer before the first 5 minutes are over? I want to hear from the brothers in the comments. What was this simple question that finally broke her lie? How did she react when she realized she couldn't gaslight you anymore? Share your experience below. Your story might be the wake-up call for a brother who is currently being lied to by a woman he's still paying the bills for. Let's get the engagement up. Let's show the world that the Brotherhood of Truth is growing every single day. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay cold, stay in your power.